Video 2 for this week, ladies and gentlemen, is Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, starring Johnny Depp and Geoffrey Rush as two of the three returning characters from this film. The third being the first mate of the Black Pearl, who unfortunately the actor's name completely escapes me, but he plays Master Gibbs. Unfortunately, he's not in it very much, not in this outing. He's only in it for about 5 minutes. But mainly the familiarity from the original trilogy comes from Geoffrey Rush and obviously Johnny Depp as well. But we have the addition of Penelope Cruz and Ian McShane as the pirate Blackbeard. Now that's the majority of the cast for you there. Unfortunately, Ian McShane is the weakest link in this film for me, because all the way through the film they're claiming that Captain Blackbeard is the most feared pirate on the seas now that Davy Jones is gone and all that sort of thing, and to be honest, he doesn't scare me in the slightest. He does nothing in the film to promote any kind of fear in anybody. He's very easily bartered with. Jack seems to be able to just wrap him around his finger, so why would Jack be so scared of such a character? It's not explained very well. I just think Ian McShane tended to phone in his performance and not really give it the time it deserved. So unfortunately he's my weak link. Now Penelope Cruz, however, I think she does a very, very good job in this one, when you consider that, for a Spanish actress, she's been in a few art house American movies and that sort of thing, including the remake of her movie Open Your Eyes, which was then remade with Tom Cruise as Vanilla Sky. She appeared in both of them, which I think was a nice touch, and did very well in them all, which has never really done a big Hollywood special effects blockbuster, like a summer blockbuster. So you'd think, she might tentatively approach it and not really get to grips with it as quickly as she did, but she did an amazing job, and her electricity with Johnny Depp on screen is very, very good. It's a welcome touch for me, I think, because in the first trilogy the main romantic thing was Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann, played by Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, and they were just wet. They were I hated them. I mean, my favourite from the original trilogy, let me know what you think about this in the comments section below, but my favourite out of the original trilogy was At World's End. I thought the action and everything came together well. I thought Johnny Depp put in his best performance as Captain Jack in that film. But then, you've got this great big battle scene, and what do? They want to kiss and get married. Give me a break. I'm sick of you. Go away. Orlando Bloom, stop messing up great movies. Okay, you're good in Fellowship, and then after that you were pants. Okay, just deal with it and get off my screen. But they're gone. And so you've got the romantic leads are Jack and Penelope Cruz, and they work together very, very nicely. There's a lot of very sweet comedy moments in there, which you would expect from somebody as classy as Depp in his comedic performances. A very good character actor, but Penelope Cruz really holds her own on the screen. I think it's wonderful. Now moving on to Geoffrey Rush, his performance seems to lose a little bit of intensity because he's changed completely. He's completely changed. In the original trilogy, it was all about getting the Pearl back. The Pearl was his pride and joy. In this one, he's lost a leg to Blackbeard in a big battle where the Pearl was lost, and he seems to have forgotten about the Pearl, and now all he wants is revenge for his lost limb. And it's just not a strong enough driving point for such a strong character and such an amazing character who held his own as far as character development went with Captain Jack throughout the original trilogy. Doesn't do it on this occasion, I'm afraid. I'm a little bit disappointed, especially seeing as Rush put in such a phenomenal performance in The King's Speech, and looks to be doing quite a nice job in the Green Lantern as well, as a vocal actor. Let me know what you think if you've seen the film. I'm personally not that fussed on him in this one. Now, you can't talk about Pirates of the Caribbean without talking about Captain Jack Sparrow. So, how does he fare in this one compared to the other ones? Well, he's a different role. Still very much Jack in his, weird ways. Very enigmatic, very mysterious and strange. But he seems to have much more direct purpose in this one. It's just get to the fountain of youth, do whatever you need to, get to the fountain, live forever. And he doesn't seem as lost and confused as he did in the other ones, which some might argue takes away from some of the character and some of the charm of the original series. But no, I think it's not one of his best performances as Jack. I still think that belongs to At World's End. But he takes you on a really nice journey, and the way that he takes on the challenge of being the romantic lead now as well, I think he does it quite well. I think it's nice, it's charming. Now, you do have another romantic thing going on, because obviously you need the young love, like you did with Will and Elizabeth, and in this one you have a young missionary pirate. Yeah, he's a pirate, but he's a Christian. Confused? Yeah, so was I. Why is he on a pirate ship? I don't know. But anyway, he meets a mermaid. You're getting confused, aren't you? I was the same. I was sat there and I was wondering why, of all the characters that you can mix together here, a pirate that's also a missionary meets a mermaid who's not like other mermaids. It just took it a little bit too far. Still, not as wet and floppy and soppy as Elizabeth and Will, but did they really need it in there? It's a Disney film, so yeah, probably, but I could have done without it. Now, speaking of the mermaids, this is Disney tackling another mermaid story arc, like they did in The Little Mermaid, but Ariel, these chicks are no Ariel. Okay, when they come out of the sea, I do not want to be part of their world. Let's see what I did there. Anyway, they were very beautiful and enchanting to watch, as they're meant to be in the old fables and everything. But when they got scary, they got dark. For a Disney film, they got really dark, and I think there's some of the more powerful demonic elements out of all 4 films happen when these girls come in. The story, it's basically as simple as it gets. Get to the Fountain of Youth, and the first one that gets there gets to live forever. And I like that, because if you remember Dead Man's Chest, which was the second Pirates film, that was confusing. They had so many different characters doing so many different things, following so many plot arcs, that it just got mad and there was just too much going on. Whereas in this, you've got 1, maybe 2 story arcs to get through, and they swim through, and it gets to the point and you can enjoy and relax. The last thing I'll mention is the 3D. If any of you saw my Thor review, I really praised the 3D, and I thought if you're going to go and see it, spend the extra couple of pounds and you'll really see where your money's gone with the 3D. It really lent to the film. In this one, not so much. Couple of nice things, like when you're on the islands and things and you've got big mountainous regions and everything, it really gives you that sense of perspective, and what's close is very, and then you've got the distance, and it did make for a couple of nice shots. But save your money, go and see it in 2D. It's a lot clearer, and it's a lot brighter as well. Does anybody else notice 3D glasses make the film a lot darker? That's just one of my nickels. I mean, I took the 3D glasses off at one point, and I was just amazed at the colours that I was seeing on screen. It was so much brighter and more vivid. So go and see this one in 2D, I would recommend. Now, let's draw it all together. Okay, you've got Johnny Depp pulling out another fantastic performance. Not perfect, but fantastic, well watchable. His interaction with Penelope Cruz is lovely to watch. I think she does an amazing job for her first big budget summer blockbuster. Don't expect too much from Geoffrey Rush, it's not there. Ian McShane could have got somebody better for Blackbeard, and you could have made Blackbeard a lot scarier. The mermaid scenes are intense, so if you're taking smaller children, prepare them for it, because you will not get Ariel here, and Sebastian the Crab is nowhere to be seen. Great story, told with a purpose and with punch, and it gets to the point, so it's going to be easy for people to follow. Altogether, I think it's probably the second or third best of the series, but deserves some merit. So I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Go along and see it while you still can, and if you do, 2D, not 3, 2D. Now, please, everybody, subscribe, okay? I'll also put in the comments box just below here, and if you click on see more, I'm going to put a link on here for a good friend of mine, Emma. She does weekly movie news, where she puts up a video with news of pretty much everything that you can possibly imagine film-wise going on. She'll be able to find something out, and she'll post your pictures and all that sort of thing. I'll put a link on the bottom here. Go over to her channel and subscribe, watch her videos. Even if they're 20 minutes long, you probably might only get 5 minutes of the films that you know about, but all the other ones she'll make you well excited about. So please go over to Emma's channel as well and subscribe. But while you're here, subscribe, leave comments. If you have any ideas of any films that you'd like me to review, post them on over, and I'll see what I can do. I'll try not to leave it too long until my next video. Okay, you take care of yourselves and enjoy the movies.